what I'm seeing is so far through 3, and I've watched a lot of teams, a lot of the better teams too. One of the better linebackers in North Jersey. See, I'm not one of those guys that says best in the state and all that, because I haven't seen everybody.
Got you.
But in North Jersey, Spencer DeVella is a problem. Spencer DeVella is a problem. And so far it's an unsolvable problem. Yeah. And I like that. I'm really, really enjoying the season he's having, because this is a kid that I met as a quarterback in Saddlebrook, right? And then I seen him pop up at Joe's, and he was a quarterback that got turned to a wide receiver. And then he was a wide receiver that got turned into a cornerback or a safety. And now he's a 6'2", 6'3", 185, 190 outside linebacker. And he looks so natural there. But why I'm happy for him is he was injured last year. He missed the whole year. He had a bad bike accident, almost had to have his leg amputated. And for the season he's having, it's hard to go to school your senior year, but just for his senior year, I got a feeling that he's going to be an 11th hour big time offer.
Shout out to you, Spencer.
Keep it a buck. We here in the studio.
A lot of these offers don't be that real, so it's not committable.
That feel like when everybody's getting their turn and it's not yours. What they call you? Godfather of New Jersey.
Powerful man. I ain't gonna brag, but that's what they said. I ain't say that.
Let's get to it, man. We back. Another episode. Damn. Very few undefeated teams left.
Yeah.
In the undefeated column. I mean, Shabazz had a rough one, rough outing.
Rough one.
So we're gonna toss it to you, man. We're gonna let you do this public school, bring us home, man.
All right, so we're gonna start with the publics this week. Shabazz was rained out of the Zone 6 game this Saturday. So we had to do it over on a Sunday at Shabazz. And we took a tough one to Cedar Grove, 24-25. Real rough. I don't want to get into it, but it wasn't a good day for the Bulldogs. Something we had to, bounce back. Shout out to Cedar Grove and the coach, man. The coach was very confident and cocky. He got
tell us about that. What went on with that?
Coach felt like he wanted to take a shot at the guy, and wanted to talk smack. So I had to give him a little talking smack, and then he had the last word. The game was over. Dude, man, said, before the game, he said he didn't care about the transfers and this, that, and the third. Obviously, all our transfers didn't play, but when the game was over, he was talking real spicy. He said, yeah, go get more kids. As I'm coming to shake his hand, I'm like, good game. He like, get more kids. You're gonna need more kids. So I see you, buddy.
Playoff time.
Playoff time. So shout out to Weekway High School. Undefeated, unscored the punt.
No, we're not gonna jump over that.
Okay,
Let's deal with the Shabazz thing.
Let's talk about it.
Let's deal with the Shabazz thing. So, how do you think the layover affected your team? Like, what did you guys do in preparation to get ready for Sunday?
All right, so Saturday we was like, it was like a movie, in that atmosphere where we were at up in Patterson. It just felt like a movie. And then when the delay happened, we like, how do we get that energy back we just had, right? So then the next day came, it's like we tried to duplicate it, and it just didn't feel the same. We ain't had the same fan participation we had. We had like the school, like a lot of people was there for Saturday, the band, things like that. Like kids look forward to, and then Sunday it was like a closed day. Like it was, they had shout out to Cedar Grove because they people came back. They doubled back. So
yeah, that's a proud program. I was telling you that last week. I think they went to the sectional final. They might have won the section last year, but they definitely went to the sectional final. Did y'all know that?
Yeah, I believe so. I think Weekway knocked them off last year though.
Yeah, that was. It was Weekway that knocked them off. Yeah. So, cause I'm asking, did y'all? Cause I got a feeling from you that y'all didn't respect. Like y'all didn't know It can get 24-25-ish with it.
It was 0-0 halftime. I can say that. The first touchdown, we scored 3 touchdowns in a row. All 3 of them were called back on one drive. That's a fact. Shout out to them. I don't take nothing away from the kids and their play, but we'll see them soon.
So, I'm speaking to you now. Your octave is kind of low and mellow now. Sound like you got some respect for Group 1 now, because I didn't sense this respect. I can hear a little respect for the rest of Group 1 now, and I didn't sense that coming in when I was saying, Nas, those kids gonna have to learn y'all culture. It's not gonna be just go run through the whole Group 1.
Right. It's bringing a group of young men together that's probably never had that much organization before. You know what I'm saying? And getting them to buy into the culture and learning to depend on one another, respect one another, and learning how to play together. You could bring a lot of kids, like you said before, put them on a team together and the chemistry may not be there. Everyone is out for their own self, which is like their own highlights, trying to get their self going and things like that, and not playing team ball and then allowing for yourself to shine within the team ball. You know what I'm saying? So we getting there. Coach Nas Oliver, you know, obviously brought the troops back together, set them down, watched film, showed them mistakes, showed them where they made mistakes as coaches. And it's time to regroup. Like you said, Group 1 it's just football. You know what I'm saying? It's football. Those guys been together a long time. I remember I was telling the dude, I said, this ain't town ball. I was yelling to see the Grove coach, this ain't town ball. That's town ball y'all playing up there. This is real football right here. This ain't the same Shabazz. So he got the better of that game. So, you know.
So who's next for Shabazz?
We play a Hoboken next. Hoboken. So we get our butt back, God willing, against Hoboken. You know what I'm saying? I don't sleep on nobody, you know. So that's what that is. But our crosstown rivals are holding it down. So I got to give them their props. Shout out to Brian Logan, Sr. He won his 150 games, 151 now. I meant to shout him out before. Legendary man in our city. You know, we go back and forth, heated battles, but obviously I hope in his heart he knows nothing but love. But he got his guys rolling. One thing about him, he has this toughness. His attitude is like a grit, tough kind of grind guy, you know, I guess from being a police officer for so many years. But his team rallies behind him. They take on his personality on the field. You can see how they run to the ball, how they, you know, how they make plays, how they hitting people. So those guys clapped Verona 42-0. They had Asbury Park the week before that. Obviously, they put 50 on them. So they actually rolling right now. And I don't know who they play next, but they definitely rolling.
Still think you're going to smoke them? Because, I mean, I was in the park that day. Y'all was talking real, you know,
I feel
fresh
like,
to each other.
Hey, Logan know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
It's 1 and 2. It's 1 and 2. That's what it is. Like,
oh, yo.
I mean, come on. We got, you know, this is Keep It a Buck.
No. Shout out to Keep It a Buck. So, look, we are 1 and 2, and those guys are 2 and 0. All right? But how they say, it's not a sprint, it's not a race. Like, we trying to win the marathon. That's it. And we getting better each week. So Montclair, moving on to Montclair. Montclair kicked up again, 42-7, Nutley. Smack Nutley. Obviously, quarterback play is huge. Bubba Lewis again. I don't know his stats off the rip, but kid is just leading the guys. And his pop said this, man. He said, watch Nas. This is how we gonna show people how good Bubba really is. It's because he's gonna play with not with all the talent like everybody got. He's still gonna win. He said that to me, like he's gonna beat West Orange. He's gonna beat Irvington. He's saying this. So right now he's Montclair's undefeated. And
I'd like to know who they got next. I'm like, well, we might need to make it out to a Montclair game.
Yeah, West Orange won big over Bloomfield. I got to see the young guys spin. West Orange got a running back over there, Donis White. Donis White. He's just a phenom. Shout out to the Wembley linebacker over there, Tremaine. Is that his dad name? I don't want to miss it. I forgot. But Wembley is definitely over there kicking up. My brain ain't clicking right now. And shout out to Miles Sneed. Miles Sneed is a dog, bro. Underrated football player in the state. One of the best. I'm telling you, off that edge, playing that strong safety spot, this kid is a freak, bro. I've been saying this for years. And then my man Farad. Farad scored his first varsity touchdown against Farad Green. Remember the name? He's gonna be good. He's gonna be real good. Zaki Wembley. Damn, that's his name. That's it. But Farad definitely put on young boy up and coming. He's gonna be good. They got a 3-headed monster over there at running back. Irvington finally scored some points.
Put up a half 100.
50.
Could that be because
they was frustrated and angry? I don't know.
Is everybody getting their players back that sat 30?
Not this next week.
Oh.
So they did that. They kicked up on these Starnes. It was 50-20. Shout out to Smoke and those guys rebounding and getting the dub and getting on the ball. Hopefully that'll jumpstart them. And they get all their players back this week. So that's gonna be big. Barringer won. They rolling right now. Orange took a loss. And Toms River won big over Rumson.
Rumson's a reputable team too, man.
I mean, Rumson knocked off St. Peter's Prep big.
That was
34-12.
Yeah. Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So then Toms River comes. So it shows you what I was trying to say before, how the public schools, some of these public schools right now beat some of these private schools. I remember at a point in time we couldn't even say that.
Like what private schools?
St. Peter's Prep, Seton Hall Prep. You want me to keep going?
Yeah,
because a lot of them. All right, so being that we talked about, and I talked about all our public.
Yeah, I wanted to just Hillside won.
Shout out to Hills. Shout out to Hills. How my boy Aljamain Davis.
Welcome to the party this year, because I know y'all named them last year. But Aljamain had 2 catches with 2 touchdowns and 134 yards.
It's easy money for him.
What's his measurements?
6'2", 6'3", 185, freak of nature, defensive back, wide receiver. He could do it all. He's one of the best football players I coach.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kind of having like the Shaquan Loyal effect. Just
freak. He's
away
a freak, dog. He just,
yeah.
Yo, I'm glad you said that. And I don't want to get off task, but Ed Tedesco, he said something about that when he saw Shaquan Loyal making the big hit, interceptions and all that stuff. He said, I was trying to tell these guys in the private schools back in the day how he would have turned that out up there playing in the Big North, but he stayed at local public school, and then now he's a major item now. So shout out to Ed. He definitely mentioned that.
Union City is playing Montclair on Friday, so that would be really good. Friday at 7 o'clock.
That could have been.
That's one that I don't know. We could see if we can. That should be in week. Ja.
That could be our public school game of the week, though.
That could be a public school game of the week. Jaja. What's Jaja's last name?
Jazel Azelis.
So he plays for Union City.
Number 5. He's balling. Yeah.
And then Toms River North. We can come back around here, but they're playing Donovan Catholic, so we'll get back to that when we go.
That could be
Catholic's undefeated.
But no, that could be one of the ones I showed you. That could happen.
Why I mentioned it.
It can happen.
Right. So we can come back to that when we do our.
Nice.
So we'll get back to that when we go down our list of the privates. Toms River North. We'll get there.
But that's what I was definitely saying though. Like it's outside of like St. Joe's, Bergen Catholic, everything else is a toss up. Being honest with you, it's a toss up. It's a toss up.
Yeah, I don't know, brother.
Who?
You got Bosco.
Seton Hall Prep.
You got Bosco. You got Bosco. You got Delbarton. You got Pope John.
I take that back. Like I said, what I meant by that is, all right. So when Pope John is just different. Pope John, you said PC, Delbarton, Bergen Catholic, and St. Joe's. Right? That's 5. So the rest of them is what I'm saying is up for grabs.
You got Bosco in there too, right?
I said that. So I mean, Bosco is just going to be tough, right? But right now, Bosco don't look like the Bosco we thought they were going to be.
Don't make that mistake again, because that's a disrespect to Joe's, right? Because that's what comes down to. You just watched Bosco run crazy over Erasmus Hall, right? That's a public school that can play with public schools here.
Okay.
Because they played with private schools here, right? So you can't disrespect them like that.
Who Bosco played the first game?
They played Archbishop Spalding out of Maryland, which is another reputable program. Okay. So Bosco and St. Peter's Prep are playing 2 of the toughest schedules in the state. I mean, say what we want to say, but look at St. Peter's Prep lineup, right? There's no breaks. Like you said,
bro.
find the
St. Peter's Prep played Irvington in Georgia. That's one. We talked about that before. Sorry,
We'll get there.
let's go back.
Let's start with the top. I'm gonna start with the top. So Bergen plays.
So moving right on to the
privates.
All
Yeah,
right.
we're gonna go down our list. We're gonna go 1 to 10. We'll get back to prep when we get to.
Wanna go 10 down, or you wanna go?
You wanna go 10 down? No, let's go 1.
No, let's go 10 down.
Because then we're gonna start with.
Start with who?
All right. Go ahead. Then we're gonna start with some prep and DePaul.
Okay.
That's 9 and 10.
I mean, it just so happens that that's 9 and
let's
10.
Okay,
go ahead. Continue your statement.
That was a must see game, right?
It was definitely a must see game.
So
go
break
ahead.
us in. Tell us what happened.
Did you see the game?
I did
Hold
not.
on.
I did not watch
Okay.
the game.
Okay.
I
Tell us
didn't
what
watch
happened.
the game live, but I'll give you some stats.
Break
of
it
what
down.
happened. So the score was 46-20. Des Jones had 4 receptions, 120 yards.
Freak.
Elijah Burris, I don't know. If
He was
mentioned
kicking
him
up. He was kicking up.
season
Welcome
just
to the
yet.
party.
Welcome to the party. He had 3 receptions, 96 yards. Nolan James, 27 carries, 137
27 carries.
They was feeding him that one drive, dog.
yards.
27 carries.
Yeah,
Is
that was real talk. That was force feed.
NJ.com.
That one drive, they was just every play he got it. Like we gonna get him through.
Yeah,
That's what happened, and I like that from them because obviously I wish St. Peter's Prep would have did the same thing with the young boy Speedy. You know what I'm saying, Jalen Klein. He get the carries in the first half and then won't get the carries in the second half. He had 13 carries, 119 yards rushing and 1 tutty. That was basically in the first half.
Yeah, that's what we have him.
And then they had another young boy come in the fourth. I'm like, they must chalking this up then. You know? So
Did you watch the game?
No, I did it.
I did.
The stream for that went inactive.
No, I really watched it. And St. Peter's Prep had matchup problems. It was killing them. Prep was killing them.
So what I did follow was at one point it looked like a shootout. It was back and forth.
Prep was killing. It
was 2020 at some point.
They had a matchup with the slot and the linebacker. They could not cover them. The seam route, it was killing them. Killing them. Bombs over Baghdad.
Advantage who?
St. Peter's Prep.
So St. Peter's was killing them.
Killing them. Running the ball, killing them first half. Couldn't stop the run. With the quarterback and Speedy, couldn't stop it. They abandoned that in the second half.
I heard the announcer kept saying, like, why did they stop?
Why did they do this? He kept saying that about whoever was calling plays, right? They were saying that about them. Like, yo, what's up? Why they ain't going back to the Klein? And then in Georgia, they were saying the same. The announcer saying the same
This is the
thing.
second time that we're hearing this.
So it's like, yo, you putting the kid on shelf for what? I don't get that. So shout out to you, Jalen Klein. Just keep running fine and doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what they got going over there, and they can't stop nothing. They couldn't stop nothing. Yo, Dez was a man amongst boys at that time.
Both sides of the
ball. And then look, they was quarterback sneaking for 7-8 yards each time. Up the gut, like, what? Right at them. They could, real talk on everything I love, they could have just wedged them quarterback sneak up the gut the whole game and then beat them that way. Beat them that way. They just bully St. Peter's did not look like St. Peter's. You know what I'm saying, at all. And it's just, each week is just getting uglier and uglier. And then now this week they get Delbarton. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. God bless y'all.
So let's talk about some scenarios in which they can win. Do you think that maybe if they can stick to the run game? Because it seems like both games, everything was outside of St. Joe's Philly, they were in the run game.
I mean, St. Joe's Philly, they was playing a JV team that time, remember? So, and then you said something about that too, about they can't, once they get down by 2 touchdowns, right?
They have no patience.
There's no patience to get back in the game because I think the OC don't trust the defense. So he feel like he got to score quick. He got to keep doing this, right? Because when you running the ball, it takes time off the clock, right? But if your defense don't stop nobody once you score running, you're done. It's just like you still going to be playing catch up.
So that was my concern. I got a call at halftime, and I spoke with someone, and they were saying, like, they believe they're going to win this game, and they meaning St. Peter's. And at this point, St. Peter's was down, I think, 10, right? Going into the half?
2 tutties.
2 scores, all right. Okay. So I said to the person, I said, well, I think you guys can score with the tone of the game. You showed you could score, but where those 3 stops going to come from? I just don't see that happening. Like, you gotta stop them 3 times, and you gotta score 3 times. And that's the part I didn't see happen. Then it's like they went to halftime, DePaul, and they came out and just.
Yo, DePaul had the JVs in moving the ball on prep, the starters.
No, man.
So I'm just keeping 100 with you. And if they didn't have the class that they had, like they had class at org, right? They could have just scored again. They took a knee like in the 20. Yeah, they need on them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but who we got next?
So they have Delbarton next. So Delbarton and St. Peter's Prep.
Okay.
So
and it's at Delbarton this time.
Yeah. St. Peter's Prep versus Delbarton.
Right. So I have a message for St. Peter's Prep. To prep coaches, I need sure that you're now 0-3. So you need to make sure that you're checking on your wellness, the mental wellness of your players. That's number one. I don't know what's going on in the locker room, but you need to make sure that you're coaching perseverance and dedication and commitment. You need to think outside the box. It's not about the talent in the game anymore. Now you got to tap into some different weapons. Visualization. Have the kids going through and seeing their assignments. What are your assignments? What are you supposed to do? And see it before each game. There has to be something bigger than just, okay, what we're doing. Because what you're doing is not working. I don't want to say it like that, but that's what it is. Right, so this is a little segment of Keep It a Buck TT style. To the players, cancel out the noise.
That's right.
Cancel out the noise. The past is the past. Focus on your present. Whatever. Every game is a new start. Do what you have to do. Again, focus on your assignment. Have visualization. See yourself making the touchdowns. See yourself chopping it down. See yourself doing what you need to do. You have to see it first, and then it becomes your reality. Say affirmations to yourself. Because right now, we always teach mental toughness, but we need to go mental wellness. We have to make sure that they are okay. They're young kids, and we know it's football, so it's going to be like, oh, they got to be. No. The way to go past adversity is by mentally winning. You have to have a mental champion mindset. And there's some other things that you have to do other than just going over it, telling them they suck, we doing this, we doing that. No, that's not the answer. Because whatever you're doing is not working.
That's not the kids.
Switch it up. And then go forward with that. And maybe, okay, then create your future. Like, as far as the coaches, you do it. See yourself winning. See yourself coaching a perfect game. Look at the film, break it down, and see where you're going wrong. You have two announcers saying, why are they not going with Klein? It was working. What's the problem?
I know that they like 0-9 as an organization as a whole. So they ain't win a game yet, like JV, freshman, nothing.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's bad. It's real bad. Like nothing.
Yeah, so, don't allow your past to define your future. And at the end of the day, you can start off this way, but it doesn't have to finish this way. That's to the coaches and to the players.
Wow, heavy. What's up in number 9?
So DePaul's number 9. They have, who do they have next? Stepinac.
New York. That's a revenge game. I believe Stepinac beat them.
They won last year. Yeah.
So far as cause last year New York came through and really made it rough on Jersey. Like, I mean, overwhelmingly Jersey won the tournament, the Battle of the Bridge. However, Bosco went down in that. DePaul went down in that. Did Pope go down to that?
Pope don't go down to nothing.
I think they did go down.
They did not.
Okay. Well, you know. So
they knocked them off at Rutgers.
Yeah, it was at Rutgers.
Everybody, yeah.
So, you know, they did shock the state. New York came through and shocked the state. And thus far this year, you know, Bosco boat raced Erasmus Hall. Bergen boat raced Iona.
Well, they broke it down this time. It ain't like in the same week no more.
It's not in the same week.
Delbarton went out there and boat raced St. Anthony's.
Prepper beat.
PC's supposed to boat race Chaminade Friday.
This week.
So I mean, Pope knocked them off though.
So that's that. So good luck to you all out there. Then we got number 8. Donovan Catholic, they were on a bye week this week that just passed.
Now they get Towns River North. Yeah.
So now
it's gonna prove my point. Is what I'm saying about these public schools.
Whoa! Not gonna prove anything though, because in South Jersey,
I'm about to say this is short.
The public schools is what they do.
Yeah, they do that. Like the private schools don't play public. The publics down there, Cherokee, Shawnee.
I like Cherokee.
You know those schools. Timber Creek back. They actually. Those are regional schools. They got the dudes, right? It's not like up here where it's like, your township go to school. We're talking about regional schools, right? So again, it's very well likely that Toms River might have more guys than Donovan. Maybe. I'm not saying they do, but maybe. But Donovan is undefeated right now. Yeah, they're one of the few undefeated teams left right now.
It's gonna be a good game. Donovan, they didn't play last year. They didn't play each other, but the last 2 times they had a matchup, Donovan won. So right now, Donovan owes Tom River North. We'll see.
We'll see.
I don't think it's going to be the staple of what publics versus privates. Like I know they made the statement that I don't think this is it because they play each other already. This is not counted in. Okay. In the but
we need to do one of those like a public versus private type of week. Maybe we could set something up like that.
All right, so number 7, Bergen Catholic. They were on a bye week this week also. They play Wall Township.
This episode is brought to you by Keep It a Buck Clothing. Stay true to yourself and what you wear and keep it a buck.
Some people think what I do is easy, but they wrong. I'ma keep it a buck with you. I'm a different breed.
Move! Come on, work. Good. Stay true to yourself and what you wear. Keep it a buck. Yes, sir.
That's another public school. It must be South Jersey Public versus Private Week.
It's a short conference thing. Yeah. Okay, so moving right along, we had our number 5 play our number 6, which is Paramus Catholic.
Who was number 5?
Paramus Catholic right now is number 5.
Okay.
We haven't switched up our rankings.
No. I just wanted to know. I was just trying to figure it out.
Number 6 is Pope.
Oh.
They came over.
The guys from Sussex County, huh?
Yeah, they came in and they got the win for 47-40.
Route 15, huh?
Nas took Pope, TT took PC.
Yeah. So.
I mean, I knew it was gonna happen. It was time for it. I mean, being honest with you, I told you, Dom Gaston, he owns PC. You know what I'm saying? He owns y'all. And shout out to Dom Gaston because I text him after the win, and this how grateful and humble this man is, bro. Like he's a good guy, bro. You gotta think, like some people leave and be angry about situations. This is one of the situations that I love, was the Pope John situation, right? But I text him and I'm like, yo, good game, man. Congrats, man. You deserve that. And he said, yo, Greg Russo's a great guy, man. I got a lot of love for him. That's how he came back in the text. And I'm like, dog, you just won. I don't want to hear that right now, but I understand, because Greg Russo is a good guy, and for him to just come right back with that.
He hate to put his lights out or something?
No, he loved turning his lights out. He just said he's a good guy. He's a class act, X, Y, and Z, things like that. So, but I got to watch it. I was telling you, shout out to Talik again. Talik went crazy.
Yeah, 166 yards.
166.
Yeah, shout out to Achilles. DuPont, big heart.
What do you have? What do you have?
He had 12 carries, 130 rushing, and he got hurt
in the first half.
Yeah, he got hurt. So get
well soon, man.
Get well soon. But shout out to Xavier Williams. So I'm so happy. Shout out to DuPont because he's a good guy. But I was so excited to see Xavier finally get turned loose, right? And you can see the difference with Xavier. Xavier was like, the game on the line is on, I'm taking this. He took the drive, 38 seconds. He drove them down the field running the ball, running people over, stiff arming, get out of that. And my thing is, why? I just want to see him get fed a little more. Like, I don't want, he's the older guy on the team. He should be the featured dude, and then X, Y, and Z, and they go from there. But he's the older guy. It's no difference. The kid is getting his spin. I'm trying to see what's up.
That backfield gets a little more crowded. Jalen Johnson, I believe his name is, from DePaul.
Oh, he cleared off the. He had to sit.
Yeah, he had to sit, and also Maximilian had to sit from DePaul as well.
Oh nah, if Xavier got to carry that chicken.
I believe that, but I'm just saying it gets more interesting. You know, certain coaches like different style.
Oh, they're gonna have to get a kid the ball from DePaul. I thought, I don't know where he was at. I thought he was just, I don't know what was up. So to see him back now, that kid is dynamite too. That's a crowded backfield. I just want to see Xavier run more. That's all I'm here to say. And it shows when he get his thing. Go ahead.
Right. He had 18 carries with 174 yards. So that with him.
How many tutties he had? Like 2 of them things, right? He had 2 tutties.
Okay.
But shout out to my guy Jack, man, the kicker from Pope John. He nailed a 50 banger. Another one back-to-back
2
weeks.
in a row.
52 first. Yeah. Shout out to Jack, man.
They give scholarships to kickers that's doing that.
Yeah.
Had leg to go.
Yes, he did.
Straight down the middle. Like,
yeah.
Yo, I was blown away when I seen them line up for that. I'm like, are they serious?
But the way I just saw Pope, like in the first, like I won't say in the second half, but the first half.
So let me ask you that, because I knew you were about to say. Do you think that Pope won that game, or PC ran out of time?
I feel that, I'm gonna just say this. I feel PC had the most talent on the field,
Clearly.
right?
Clearly.
But Pope John has exceptional talent as well. It's just not as many. They're not as deep as them. I feel like Dom, Gaston, and staff really outcoached them, right? They were giving them the underneath stuff. Take that. And then in the second half, that's what they figured out. Let's run the ball. Had they been running the ball, I don't think Pope would have had enough stamina to stay with them. Being that Pope jumped out early with the lead, and then he banged that field goal. It just took the life out a little bit. But then had come that PC. And I feel like PC was really playing like that is because it's like, we can't lose the Pope John. We cannot lose this game. And they was fighting like that.
Yeah,
that's what they was fighting like.
For clawing.
Yeah, they needed that energy in the first half. And you can see how, like, my boy, that transfer from from prep to Kenyon Massey, when he caught the kick return, he housed it. It was on the line. He knew what time it was. His back was against the wall. I'm about to take this. I can't get no passes right now. However I get the ball in my hand, I'm out. And that's what he did with that.
Oh, speaking of, shout out to James Daly, man. Receiver from, Paramus Catholic. He had a real
number 1.
Yes, the 125 yards.
Yeah, he was good. He deep balls.
Yeah,
all deep joints too.
Track kid, he
was running. Now I see why.
Yeah, he spent the whole spring chasing your boy Logan. Casey. He was always just a step behind, but he was.
What year is he?
He's a junior now.
Wow, he's special, dude.
Yeah. Shout out to James Daly, man.
So what happened?
Welcome to the party.
Welcome to the party.
Yeah, welcome to the party,
what
James
happened
Daly.
with the field goal situation, snap?
Oh!
What was that all about?
Yo! All right, thank you, TT. That was horrible. That looked like baby Little League football.
There was a bunch of those, though, right?
Why didn't you just go for 2? After fumbling around with the ball, I wouldn't take that risk. They did that like twice. So that's what really kind of cost them the game, too. And then at the end, Talik just poured the mustard on him. Like, it was like, he was running out of town and nowhere to go, and just turned it up and just let me get this extra point.
Yeah, I said that if PC lost that game, I was going to ride out on them, but it's hard to ride out on them.
Pope a good team, dog.
The reason why it's hard to ride out on PC is because they came out and they fought to the end, right? If they would have got blown out like the way it was looking
ugly.
Like they was gonna have a rough day. They doesn't have to come to the front of the congregation today.
Yeah.
But to make that into where Pope was just happy to make it back to the bus, I'm gonna leave him alone.
Yo, Pope got a tight end. I don't know his name. 87, big boy. He gets busy. The quarterback, he gets busy. Sir Paris Jones, number 42, linebacker, DN kind of kid for them. He's like a junkyard dog. Gets busy. He's one of the most underrated players. And then my guy, Wes Johnson, he continues, number 30, he continues to dog stuff. Just seeing him out there, when he on the field, he's just a whole dog. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to those guys up there, man. They got it done, and they 3-0.
Yeah, one of the few undefeated teams left.
They are. They have
respect for me. I got nothing to say about it.
right.
As long as they doing what they got to do, I got to give it to them.
They got Cardinal Hayes this week.
Yeah, they clapped them last year, so
it'll
be cool.
And then
with the quarterback, Cardinal Hayes got a.
That's a Brick City kid too. Right? Yeah, Berlin. He's his brother's the quarterback at Duke now, and he's the next one. He was killing last year.
Yeah, that's what.
So I already know.
They're gonna have to
Pope
account
already know they got their hands full with that kid again.
What I saw in the PC game that I feel like could possibly be an issue against Cardinal Hayes without knowing what they got other than Berlin. Pope was very susceptible to the big play. A long field is their worst nightmare because it was bombs over Baghdad, like PC, like 80 house in it. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't like death by 1,000 cuts, kind of like they couldn't do that to Pope. Pope was where they supposed to be. It was just the big play.
But if Cardinal Hayes don't have a running back, right? Because Pope been playing some backs, right? So if Cardinal Hayes don't have a running back and they got to use the quarterback to do all the running and scrambling, right? It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Trust me, it's going to be a long day. The thing is, they did well with these receivers that they've been playing against in the Big North. So now for them to go play Cardinal Hayes, they don't have a Kenyon Massey over there, at least that I not know of, right? And if you look, no disrespect, Kenyon my guy, so I know his catching, his yards after catch and all that wasn't nowhere that game because they played off of him. And the passes he missed, he barely, because they had everybody blanking on top of him, this, that, and the third. So, but Kenyon is a dog, man. It's tough to stop him. So you got to give more credit to the defense when you could hold the kid like that under his, because the week before that breakout, and then now you play Pope. They had a plan for him. They was willing to let that other kid and everybody else do their thing. They just wasn't willing to let Kenyon go crazy.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So PC plays Chaminade next in New York. That's this week also. So there's a couple of schools playing New York teams
so that's
this
PC.
year. So
that's supposed to be PC get right game.
Yeah.
Because personally, I feel like PC hasn't played anybody except Pope, and I'm not into these games, the Chaminades, the Cleveland Heights,
So I like
Bergen Catholics. I'm not into that.
I love stuff like that.
I love the league games where everybody know each other. We know what you're dealing with.
Right.
That's when you saying something to me.
And it's like, yo, you took that trip. You went all the way out to Cleveland, right? So we beat that team too. That's how I always take that. We beat that team too.
Okay. All right. So then going up to number 4, Don Bosco. So Don Bosco and St. Joe's played at St. Joe's on Saturday. They also experienced a rain delay or lightning delay. So half the game was on Saturday, half the game was on Monday. Joe's won that game 21-0.
Heard they just stopped it in the fourth quarter. Was nothing left.
Fourth quarter, 10 minutes left. The lightning came, and it came again and again and again, and then they finally conceded. So
a lot of people were saying that, the score was 21-0, but it looked like it could have been like a 40-piece.
I believe it was possible.
It was tough for me to watch personally. It was tough to watch because, again, all of the stopping and stuff like that. And I'm going to tell you, I had one of the Bosco guys said to me that, it was the conditions and the stopping and starting. I do know Joe's played in those same conditions, and I know they had to stop and start as well. So, it's I understand that. And then the flip side is like you said. Then you get the other side that says, without that, because it was stopping our momentum, that we would have beat them to sleep. You get what I'm saying? So,
do you hear it from the other side where Don Bosco said it affected them? maybe they would have beat Joe's if they didn't have all that. They could have came.
That's what they're saying.
Oh, they're saying that?
Yeah, that's
I mean, you can say that, but then you have Pac versus already on the first day was going 10 for 10 when it stopped the first day.
100% completion.
So if it would have continued, the momentum was on Joe's side. It was 14-0 at that time. I mean, of course, at that time they had, I think it was like third quarter. So
what I see going on, and I'm about to start easing up on Joe's. What I see going on is, although they're still a young group, they're a veteran group because they were baptized by fire last year. All those guys were sophomores and they took some lumps. Then they got guys like Gaston Willis, who's a senior, right? And he was around the first time when they were beating Bosco, when Chase and all those guys was there, and there was a delay that canceled the game until the next day, and Bosco came and just curb stomped them the next day. So you got leadership like that knows we did everything wrong that day, got those guys focused. Let's stay here, let's stay in it. And what I'm starting to see with those guys is that they really like each other. Yeah. Or they might love each other, right? Those guys hang out. Like, they hang out together, right?
That's key.
So, what I watched for, because I picked Bosco, and I picked Bosco for all of the little things that Joe's did this game. Mm-hmm. I watched last year's team play, strong defense, and then on third down, they would give up the first down. They would, every time the conversion was happening. They seem ultra focused on third down, and what I was locked in for is like, they don't jump off sides,
discipline.
Yeah, they're very disciplined bunch. Mm-hmm. And, I think, from talking to some of the kids there, what I'm gathering is they felt a way about, my prediction.
I was going to say, wait, let me, I want to interrupt you a little bit too, because the kids sent the messages to me, specifically said, tell Lenny that we beat Bosco on October 23rd, 2021.
Because I said Bosco.
Because you said that they own their field. They said Bosco that is their field.
Tony Carson.
That game was 21-14. It was a close game, but that is their field, and they were going to show you that was their field. And
they showed them.
Yeah, so they felt disrespected, and they responded, and like I said, I think that what you're seeing there is, they roll out to. First game, they roll out to North Carolina High School, and they beat blood out of them. And then you had a lot of people, a lot of Bosco guys saying, there was nobody. Then they go and they do the same thing out there in
it was Ohio, but for Detroit
Tech. And then you had one particular Bosco alum, Joe Mamone. Well, he's a PC alum, but he's a Bosco guy. He said Cass Tech equals Passaic Tech. So basically saying they didn't do nothing. So what you ended up getting is a group. You have a group right now that feels disrespected by me, by everybody. Every time they do something, we're finding a way to justify it happening, and that's a scary bunch. And I was wrong.
Shout out to the defense. Okay. Since I just want to make a statement that their first defense has only allowed 10 points in 3 games.
Their first string D.
Their first string D has only allowed 10 points in the last 3 games.
What was the 10 points?
The 10 points. So the 7 was to C.J. Sadler.
Okay, and top kid in the country.
Right, top kid in the country they say is PCTI or whichever, right? And then the other was a field goal at North Carolina. Okay. So, and there was no score. Didn't score. Bosco didn't score at all.
And we just had a kid that transferred into Shabazz from Detroit, and he said, when I told him, I was like, you know about Cass Tech? They're like, yeah, it's one of the powerhouses in Michigan. And I said, oh, they just beat the brakes off of them. Like, who? He couldn't believe a team from Jersey did that to them. So shout out to Joe's for, doing that. I wanted to ask a question though. How was Makai Allen? From Don Bosco.
So he had a good kick return.
And Jameer had a forced fumble, and Ricky recovered it. That was the second day. So again, that defense. Jay Will, welcome to the party. Jaden Williams, he had an interception. I told y'all, Bosco, that if you was going to throw the ball like that the interception was going to come.
Listen, man, you got it. What I did notice that game though, what I'm seeing is so far through 3, and I've watched a lot of teams, a lot of the better teams too. one of the better linebackers in North Jersey. So I'm not one of those guys that says best in the state and all that, because I haven't seen everybody.
Got you.
But in North Jersey, Spencer DeVella is a problem. Spencer DeVella is a problem. Like, and so far it's an unsolvable problem. Yeah. And I like that. I'm really, really enjoying the season he's having, because this is a kid that I met as a quarterback in Saddlebrook, right? And then I seen him pop up at Joe's, and he was a quarterback that got turned to a wide receiver. And then he was a wide receiver that got turned into a cornerback or a safety. And now he's a 6'2", 6'3", 185, 190 outside linebacker. And he looks so natural there. But why I'm happy for him is he was injured last year. He missed the whole year. He had a bad bike accident, almost had to have his leg amputated. And for the season he's having, it's hard to go to school your senior year, but just with senior year, I got a feeling that he's going to be an 11th hour big time offense.
Shout out to you, Spencer. Spencer DeVilla, shout out to you. Shout out to Danny Morangi and Coach Brian Gibbs, because I mean, we talked a lot about the other Danny, but we're going to give you your props. You did your thing. The defense is doing amazing. Shout out to you.
Is that another shot at me? Because I'm going to tell you.
No shots. I'm just trying to, we got to make sure we have continuous.
All right, so, I spoke to...
So is the heat still on Joe's if Joe's don't win at all? That's all I want to know.
Well, wait, hold on. Let's finish
that's
this.
it. Right,
shout out to also another big heart. Y'all call them little guys. I call them big heart.
Big Nate. Big Nate. No, Big Nate. That's what I was thinking about, Big Nate.
Big Nate
He started the party though, right?
He started the party. He scored first. The 78-yard touchdown. It was beautiful to see. It has now been everywhere. If you haven't seen it.
I was watching the Giants and Cowboys game, and I see Nate Bailey.
Yes.
And then they talking about the whole Joe's. Y'all got a lot of promotion that day right there. I know a lot of kids probably wanted to come to Joe's after that.
So,
I was like, oh, wow.
It was beautiful to see. It was really, dope. So that's what I'm saying. Whether or no weather, I think that the momentum was on the Joe's side. And anything could happen, but I mean.
This look like it's Joe's year, man. I'm just going to be 100. This look like it's Joe's year, So we'll see.
So next up, Bosco plays Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
So
they might not get the JV team this week.
So that's what I was going to ask you. I had it in my notes to ask you. So do you think that, does Dan Sabella make the same call?
I don't know. We
don't know if it's a call.
I was being facetious. I don't know if St. Peter's made a call, right? Mm-hmm. But I do know, as Nas.
They knew, and they played. St. Peter's played them boys on a running clock, and our guys knew that. That game was a running clock.
The whole game.
Yeah, and they still got 42 pieced.
Oh wow.
With the JV, a lot of people didn't know that.
Oh wow.
So what happens now? Do they get the Philadelphia
So
Eagles?
What I was saying is this.
Somebody?
Everybody got the Frankfurt Chargers. They're saying which one they gonna get.
Who they gonna get?
The Blackhawks. I don't know who they gonna play.
Let me tell you. I'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? So I think that, as Nas said, with Coach Gaston over there at Pope John, right? There's a code amongst coaches, right? Because all coaches have been on both sides of that ball, the winning side and the blowout side. And I think there's a code, right? And that code is just that if the team is non-competitive, we're not going to just throw a deep bomb on you in the fourth. We're going to bring our second string in. We might throw it with them, right? Because they need to get some work or whatever. Bosco's defense is good, though. Bosco has a reputable defense. So I'm not saying they'll go out there and beat St. Joe's Philly. But what I am saying is, I don't think Bosco got to make no calls. Okay. I think if Bosco loses a game, they're just going to lose to a better team, not a team that was resting their starters. St. Joe's Philly is going to have to get on the bus and come up to Granite Stadium and see Bosco after a loss. And Sabella's going to have them as prepared as possible. Do they have the firepower to match St. Joe Philly? Probably not. But St. Joe's Philly going to know they played somebody, right? Okay. And that doesn't mean that they're not going to, this is a top program in the country. They do what they do. But as far as y'all asking me the question, do I think there's going to be a call made and all that? Absolutely not. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I think St. Joe's Philly is going to know they were in the game. And you know they'll most likely win. I'm picking them to win that game.
Yeah.
Not by 60.
What you thinking?
Damn, you're gonna do me like that.
I just want to know. I just want to know your opinion.
35.
35. Nothing. Can Bosco score?
30.
You gotta remember they ain't score against Joe's.
I was gonna say I'm going 42. I'll go.
I'm gonna give them the
42.
same score they did prep. I think they'll do them like that.
What's that?
42 piece, but with no running clock. Think about it. They put a 42 piece up on them on a running clock with the JVs. They gonna give them 42 with the Philadelphia Eagles and the steel clock. All right.
All right. Well, we'll see.
So
Joe's plays St. Anthony's in New York. Fun.
rewind. We just glossed over. So if what you guys predict to happen is correct, Bosco is now at that point 1-3. We're talking about the mental health and wellness of St. Peter's. Bosco is a proud program too, bro. 1-3. Who they got after St. Joe's Philly?
I don't mean to skip. I just don't want y'all to forget this because we ain't bringing them up. Somebody need to check on the mental wellness of Seton Hall Prep as well.
Yeah, that's because they're not in top 10. And then they lost their top 10 spot, and then they had a bye week last week. So it's true. And they play Bergen this week. So we will,
my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who plays Bergen in?
Seton Hall Prep.
Oh, okay. I'm trying
looking
to see
for
where
Bosco.
Bosco
next.
is headed.
Are you looking at
after that?
Okay. So yeah. So
It's gonna be St. Peter's probably.
I think it's St. Peter's. No, I think Joe's plays St. Peter's after St. Anthony's. So maybe they're on the bye.
Bosco?
Yeah. What's
So
next?
no, they got Bergen. They got Bergen after St. Joe's Philly.
So they have St. Joe's Philly and then Bergen Catholic.
Yes, 9-11 with St. Joe's Regional.
But
9-15 St. Joe's Philly. 9-22 Bergen Catholic.
the difference is y'all already know how Bergen Bosco. Bosco can have nobody and still beat Bergen, vice versa. So we don't even just let that play out.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck to you out there. Well, no, they coming here.
Yeah.
And then St. Joe's.
Is that a Friday night or a
Montvale.
Saturday? I'm sorry, with that game.
You said the 15th, so I think the 15th is a Friday.
Okay.
St. Joe's Montvale plays St. Anthony's
On Long
in
Island?
Melbourne, Long Island. Yes. So fun fact, St. Anthony's is
Just lost to Delbarton.
They did. But they are the state champions.
Yeah, they're gonna get clapped.
And their only
Boat
losses
race.
to St. Joe's last year.
Boat race.
But that was 63-49.
Boat race.
So to add to what you were talking about as far as the defense and the offense, like the offense of that game put up 63 points. They had to put up 63 points to win that game. Defense let up 49 points.
They was young.
They were young.
Mm-hmm. They
And
all
now
back
the
now.
defense has.
St. Anthony's don't have a chance.
Yo, you know what? Too. Shout out to Jalen Nichols. He's playing. He's another kid that never played, never got no playing time. He's coming off that edge, crazy. You know, that growth spurt really helped him. So I want to definitely shout him out as well.
Yeah, he is a
Ramen Ferenzi, Vinny Ferrara, like that D line is actually really playing for them. You know.
Yeah.
It's big, man.
That looks good. So then, moving on up to our number one slide, which is Bergen. Bergen went down to Florida and played Chaminade.
And got on a cruise ship.
They lost 61-21. Tell us about it. You went down there, so tell us what you're seeing.
All right. For starters, I was glad that I didn't go down there running my mouth. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I was very confident that Bergen could win that game when I got on the field and saw the size of the other team. Because, you know, you get a Miami Central and you likely to see some 6'6", 6'7" guys, 340, you know, guys like that. This team looked they looked comparable to Bergen Catholic. So I felt like Bergen could have made that a New Jersey football game. A New Jersey football game being smash mouth football, ground and pound, eat the clock up. You know, I ran into, shout out to Darren Cooper from Varsity Asia. So we was talking about the game before the coin toss.
Oh, he was down there?
Yeah. And he asked me like what I thought. You know, we shared our thoughts, and, you know, he agreed with me. I said, this game, the score has to be combined below 56. Anything over that is Chaminade, and it's gonna be ugly. And what happened is Bergen this year has routinely had slow starts, right? And that's okay against a Red Bank. That's okay against Iona Prep. You went in Iona Prep 3-0 going into the half, right? A team like this, they couldn't afford to have a slow start. So take it even one step further. Bergen defers, Chaminade gets the ball first, right? So now Bergen, I'm giving y'all a forecast. They came out slow. I'm telling everybody that they came out slow. But this team got ball first. And they literally came out pow, 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 pow. Like touchdown, right? So it's like, okay, settle down. We here. And I seen, the guys keeping it together or whatever. Then they 3-and-out Bergen. And touchdown. But it's 14. So in my mind,
you knew what time it was.
Not really. I'm still believing.
Okay.
Because I'm like, okay, we come down, we score now, it's 14-7. We get the ball outside the half too, right? We settled down, we accepted, the weather, the atmosphere, let's go. Right? So they're 14-0. Bergen come shut them down again. Come back down. Score. Now here's the thing, let me give you some context. Chaminade, everybody's like, oh, we don't see nothing like that in New Jersey or whatever. What it really was is they had about 2 or 3 kids that was just better than everybody else on the field. And they used those 2 or 3 kids. The quarterback, I remember at the coin toss, I remember thinking to myself, when Nair and them walked out, he was looking damn near eye to eye with Nair.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah. So he was about, at minimum, he was 6'5". He could throw it around and he can run, right? And that's what presented the problems that I saw to Bergen, is because if you laid in the zone, they had a 5-star receiver that was going to find the soft spots, right? And they had a quarterback that was very, very capable. Kids going to NC State, And then when you went man, the few times you did get good, and it was few, the few times you did get good coverage, he burnt you with his legs, right? Bergen did what Bergen usually does in regards to the run. They were very stout against the run. Chaminade didn't need the run. So when you couple that up with, I don't know what's going on this year, but Bergen's offense has really been like slow move.
What was the atmosphere like down there?
It wasn't crazy. It wasn't like a Bergen atmosphere, right? Okay. It wasn't hostile, right? Where they get out of here, y'all suck, y'all from north. It wasn't. It was just
calm.
It was calm. It was calm,
business.
And I ran into the turn up team. They shout out Brick City too. I told them from Jersey. I was like, oh yeah, we did a Brick City game. They got the kid Gabe Kemp or whatever, So I ran into the turn up guy. The sidelines was everybody. The who's was on the sidelines. Then you go over to St. Thomas Aquinas, you run into Rick Ross over there.
But his son,
he was on
his son, right? Son play,
yeah. But it was just, it's gonna happen sometimes. Sometimes you just run into a better team, And to me, I don't hold nothing against Bergen as far as their ranking in New Jersey for that. I still believe if somebody want their ranking, they gotta take
it from them.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just where I stand on that. I just think they ran into a better team. I think that Quincy Porter, if he didn't know about himself, if he wasn't 100% sure, he's sure now. So far, they've played in New York, New Jersey. I mean, they played Iona Prep, New York. They've played Red Bank, New Jersey, and they went down to Florida. And, his game travels.
That's right.
A lot of people left their game at Newark Airport. His game traveled. Okay. And again, I'm not going to...
carry on with his game.
Yeah. I usually keep it a buck, and I would tell y'all, who left their games at Newark Airport. But I think they know. I think they know. And we're going to keep that between us.
No doubt.
And I'm going to, let y'all bounce back.
Yeah.
Oh, and shout out to the good people at Bergen Catholic, man, for rolling out the red carpet, getting me on the sideline, showing love for that.
That's love.
So
they love you, man.
Jersey.
They love you, man. Big Jersey.
Some of them.
But I said that last week that watching them play, Chaminade play St. Francis, the way they scored was on the pass. I don't know what was happening on the run game, but Quincy scored twice, and then Dom kept it. Did a quarterback keeping, or how he scored rushing. So I mean,
his game was over. But What I would have liked to see, though, which I really paid my money for. I would have liked to see Kaj line up on the receiver Smith. That's going to Ohio State because he gave them fits. He went into the half with over 200 yards receiving.
So our Kaj didn't guard him.
Yeah, he had 316 altogether.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he didn't play the fourth. Yeah, he didn't play the fourth.
Damn.
You know.
Hey, man, Kaj get to go against him in college.
Yeah, I mean, I think that could have been a big statement for Kaj, you know, and being the elder statesman there, like all of the other DBs are underclassmen and younger.
They should have thrown him on him.
You know, I believe he deserved the shot.
The person I know, Kaj, is I guarantee he wanted to check him. So I don't know how that played out, but
he needed to check him that day.
Yeah. All right, so who they play next?
They got Seton Hall Prep next. So Seton Hall isn't right now on our top 10. Yeah. They were on a bye week last week and they lost their spot, their number 4 spot. So that's a game.
Somebody told me Seton Hall Prep don't even have a JV team now. They got 1,000 kids with no JV team. I don't know how true that is. The kid could be.
I did hear they have a lot of kids on the varsity. You can't just grab.
I don't know, because you know why? If you look on the field, it's like they struggling with the talent they got on the field. Being honest with you, I don't know. Real talk, they gonna have to beat Irvington.
Oh, they play Irvington.
Yeah, they play Irvington.
And Irvington to have their guys
all back. So.
Well, all right. So we got to go down the list and see who we chose. Who do we pick for next week?
Game of the week.
We can do. Yeah, we'll do the game.
Oh,
of the
who
week.
we pick? Our picks
all together.
Okay, go ahead. Let's do it.
Let's run them through, and then we'll let everybody know what our game of the week is, and then we'll say our picks for that. So real quick, we got Bergen and Seton Hall Prep.
Bergen boat race.
Bergen.
All right. St. Joe's and Montvale and St. Anthony's.
Joe's.
I'm going Joe's.
Joe's. I'm going Jersey.
right. Bosco and St. Joe's Philly. St. Joe's Philly.
Blackhawks.
St. Joe's Philly.
Yeah.
Delbarton. What did we say? Delbarton.
St. Peter's.
St. Peter's. Oh yes.
And that's can that be that's our game of the week?
That is our game of the week.
Okay.
So our game of the week will be St. Peter's Prep and Delbarton. So we're asking that we're gonna give our picks, and you let us know in the comments who you're picking for that game. Who do you have? Is it gonna be St. Peter's Prep with Jalen Klein, or is it gonna be Delbarton with
the wide receiver kid? I forgot his name.
And they got Ryan Trafford. Right? So who you got?
I'm going Delbarton. I think Prep will come out, try to play them tough. You know, they know the season is on the line. But I'm going with Delbarton.
Like, yo,
being honest,
broken clock is right twice a day. A garbage can gets a steak every now and then. I'm going to stick with Prep, man. Wow. Because what I feel like they can do is, I think that they saw what they can do behind Jalen Clyde, Speedy, right?
Oh, so they're going to pick it up this week.
I believe that St. Peter's is going to do to Delbarton what Delbarton did to them last year. They're going to control the clock. They're going to shorten the game. You're going to get a lot of Klein. And that's over at Caven Point, right?
No.
Is that Delbarton?
Yeah.
Listen, man. Maybe it's wishful thinking. Nothing against Delbarton. I think St. Peter's needs this.
Hey, yo, Delbarton, you see what I be saying about Lenny and y'all, right? Okay. Yeah. Long as you know it. Now.
I think St. Peter's needs this more than Delbarton.
You said that last week. You said that last week, and they let somebody put 46 up on them. So I don't know. I don't know what Prep gonna do.
This my last week.
Go ahead. What you got?
I'm not choosing this week. I spoke life. I tried to speak life into Prep, and I hope y'all can respect that.
That's guilt by admission.
No, it's not. I want them to hear my voice say, "Allow your mind to be open to the possibilities."
Wow, that's nice.
So you saying their win is not open to the possibility?
Yes, their win is open to the possibility.
So say you got them to win. Unless you don't got them to win.
I do have. I
you want them to win.
That they can win. I want them to focus on not what we're talking about. I can't say cancel the noise and then be the
they
noise.
Ain't thinking about
so
it.
I like I said, I'm doing keeping it buck TT style.
Nah,
I'm working on their wellness.
That's keeping it stuck.
No, it's
So at the end of the day, you know, we keeping it a buck. I ain't over here.
I'm keeping it a buck. Focus on your wellness. Focus on your mental wellness. Focus on your game. And here, Lenny said you're going to win. So.
Should have took Bubba Lewis. You wouldn't be in this problem right now.
Bubba's the king of Montclair. I don't think anybody could get him now.
He was on his way there, and I'll let them tell it. But
moving right along.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. I believe in you, Peters, and Delbarton, do your thing.
Let's go.
You know what I mean?
PREP.
Anybody's game, any day. So who we got next? Donovan Catholic, Tom River North.
Tom's River North.
Where?
Yep.
Donovan Catholic.
I said that fast. Now rewind it later.
Who you going?
It's the year of the public.
That's a tough one.
That is a tough one, but I guess I've thought about it a little bit. So.
Yeah,
but if the history always says Donovan, then I guess I'm gonna. I can easily see Tom's River winning it though. I ain't gonna even hold you.
Tom's River is nice, right?
But I'm going with Donovan for the same reason I went with Prep.
And they're both. I don't understand the North thing, but I believe Donovan Catholic is in Tom's River.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's kind of like
a rival.
home.
It's like a rival.
Yeah, it's very much.
Let's go. I might have to take that trip.
Michael Thomas, do your thing.
Yep.
Make me a winner this week.
He's gonna probably do his thing, but I don't think it'll be enough to get the.
Donovan got an ill tailback too, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, he's a sophomore. He's a freshman last year eating, but he's pretty nice.
All right, so we got Pope versus Cardinal Hayes.
Big Popey.
You know you're going Pope. A Jersey team. I'm going Pope.
Pope John.
Oh, clean sweep with Popey.
Okay. Shout out to you, Pope. You bet not. This bet not be the one. All right. Paramus Catholic.
And I'm going PC, New York, right?
They're playing Chaminade in New York.
Yeah, that's a back. That's a get back.
PC.
I'm going Paramus Catholic also. And I think that is Delbarton. We said Delbarton. We keep coming back to Delbarton and St. Peter's Prep. Well, again, that is our game of the week. So make sure that you leave your comments below.
And the public school game of the week. Don't forget about the public school game of the week. Union City versus Montclair.
Right. So, and the public city school game of the week is what?
Montclair versus Union City.
It is at Union City at 7 p.m.
On top of the roof.
On the roof.
On the roof. That's beautiful.
Overlooking New York City.
Hey, Malachi Lewis.
Yes, Malachi Lewis, do your thing. Let us know what your predictions are for our game of the week, and I think that's anything else.
I just want to send a good get well shout out to my guy Marquise Watson. Get well soon. We love you over here. Keep it a buck. Family to the show.
Yo, you know something else? Speaking of Marquise, I saw a stat and it was so crazy to just see the names at the top. And you know, I'm definitely gonna say in the top 8 of NCAA football. Russian was Kyle Monungai and Audric Estime.
Dope.
That was like, it was like Bosco Joe's vibes all over again.
Yeah, that's what we do, man. And also, man, before I get off, I had to send a big get well soon, man. Me and this guy, this is how life works, man. We ain't see eye to eye. One of the coaches that I coach with, Coach Tamir, we've been at odds for years, and then I just hear like, you know, he had a little accident. And he wasn't doing too well. And I was able to reach out to him. I just want to send my love to you and your family, man. Get well soon. We love you. Forever, Brick City Lions. We made history together. So that was it. All right. Hey, peace. Keep it a buck.